After weeks of anticipation, the most cancerous show online is back, so put on your helmets, strap on your seatbelts, tighten your jock straps. It's Season 2 finale of Having a Ball. Warning, this episode may contain traces of questionable puns, obscure references, and bad news. Possible side effects include embarrassed laughter, bewilderment, and saline discharges from your lacrymal ducts.
So I'm officially exhausted. How are you?
I'm not too bad, Andreas. I'm not too bad.
Just listening to that gave me cancer.
So should we just end it here then?
Yeah, I have cancer in my ears now.
I'm terribly sorry about that, but I won't feel that alone that way this episode.
You are not alone.
Say that to my testicle.
It does have a fake friend.
This is true. Hi, everybody. Maybe just start by saying it's been quite a while since the last episode.
It has.
And that's my fault. It's been like a month. We've been trying to set up a date for the past 10 days, but I was feeling a bit under the weather. And then I had some stuff come up. And it's too bad, because if we had made the episode like a week ago, it would have a happier ending, probably. Bad news coming. So stay till the end of the episode.
Are you saying we're all closer to our own death?
That's true, I guess. Maybe certain of us more so than others.
Hey. We're not thinking like that. We're staying alive. This might be the episode where I turn everything into the chorus of a song. But yes, you were saying. Anyway, yeah, welcome to the season finale, as he said in the hasty, crazy intro.
Yeah, because we had 12 episodes in season 1. This is the 12th episode, and it seems, as you'll see a bit later, because we'll get to it a bit later, fitting ending with a bit of a cliffhanger, I guess, coming up.
Did we have a cliffhanger in season 1?
Yeah, it was me supposed to be going to get operated on, and then I didn't remember. So it was a cliffhanger that then ended with a rather than a fireworks or something.
It was National Lampoon Presents Having a Ball, right?
That's it.
As you said, season finale, season 2, season 3 is coming up right after this.
Yeah, that's true. We don't wait between seasons, really. It just feels good when we send each other messages to say new season and that kind of stuff.
We should have a Hollywood hiatus where we spend 9 months in the Caribbean.
In a coma?
Yes.
Oh.
You know more about comas than I do. My life has been a coma, but you have been officially in one.
We didn't do nothing while during this sort of hiatus that we did before the finale instead of after. The web store came out.
It did. To anyone who hasn't noticed our over-the-top marketing, we started the official web store called havingoneball.com, as in the number one.
The number of balls I have.
Havingoneball.com, and we're very thankful to anyone and everyone who purchased something already. You're wearing some merch now.
I'm wearing some merch. You're not, which is stupid. If you want to advertise,
this is true. I don't have any of my own merch yet. And just to remind you, the whole concept of the store is that we're donating the majority of the proceeds to cancer awareness and cancer research.
Yeah, not just to cancer.
No.
That would be stupid.
We're supporting them too. We're equal opportunity offenders. So cancer gets $10 and cancer research gets $11. Who do you bet on?
Sounds fun.
But yeah, no, it's we have a lot of purchases so far, but we need a lot more to make an impact.
Well, then order something, Andreas.
I've ordered plenty.
So you will be getting high in your own supply pretty soon.
I will. But my goal is to just see someone in the street wearing it anywhere, and I'll be like, "That's cool," because that means we've broken through somewhere.
Absolutely. And so as he says, we'll be really grateful if you, as always, like and subscribe to the podcast, but also share it, talk about it, and check your balls.
It's true. Just one more thing that really grinds my gears.
Okay, Columbo.
Just liking the web store doesn't do anything besides clearing your conscience. On the other hand, buying something to, first of all, get a comfy, huggy, snuggy hoodie and contributing to charity at the same time, that helps.
So that means buying a hat actually gets us closer to the cure for cancer.
Yes.
In a way.
Yes. And you can have a bad hair day like I'm having any day because you're having a ball on your head. Yay, look at that guy with his old black potential fro coming in.
I do have some hair growing back since the last episode. We did that, what, about 4 weeks ago?
Do you have your traditional Joseph mutton chops on the side of your face?
Kinda.
Nice.
Kinda.
You're looking spiffily similar to what you looked like when I first met you.
Thank you, sir. I'm just about 12 years older and stupider.
I would say, 15, but sure.
Yeah, you're right. I did say stupider.
So yeah, havingoneball.com. Very proud of it. Very cool.
Indeed. And thank you to Andreas, because he's the one who did all the work for that. I just was the inspiration, I guess.
You're the meaning in my... No, and that's not the meaning. You're the inspiration. I don't know the lyrics.
I don't know what you're trying to sing.
Do you think it's annoying or charming that every time you say something, I'm just looking for the song version?
Well, I was charmed to start with, so you can keep on doing it for my sake.
Keep on doing it. That's not even a song.
But it could be.
Final notice on the web store. Remember that everything you order is custom made for you. That means don't...
If you were clever, you would write it down here.
Yeah, I will. But everything is custom made for you to limit overproduction. So if it's wrong, just keep it and buy another one. Give it to your next door neighbor, Timmy. He's blind and it's in a wheelchair. He won't know the difference. And there's a
Good old Timmy.
shit ton of new products coming in weeks to come. So yeah.
Absolutely.
All right, over to the show.
So yeah, as we said, it's been a month and I've been doing pretty well. Having
A ball?
I've had a pretty relaxing summer. I haven't done all that much. My wonderful mother and friends, but mostly my mother, has driven me wherever I've had to go, whenever I've had to go somewhere, so I don't get exhausted.
That's right, Anne-Marie, you're a saint.
That is true.
She's not religious though, so she's not going to appreciate that term of affection.
That'll be okay, I think. But anyway, I've been relaxing a lot. I've gone to play a little bit of pétanque because, I wouldn't want to not play with my balls.
Fair.
And, of course, I've had to go back to the hospital in Lausanne a couple of times. A few visits. I went to just basic checkups. Went to see the pulmonary specialists who were pretty happy with my progress. But they did suggest that I continue using my oxygen machine, especially when I do some effort. Because I got the impression I didn't need it anymore. And they said, yeah, you still should, because my oxygen levels do go down a bit if I do too much effort.
Mm-hmm.
So I've continued that, and I've been going to physiotherapy more or less regularly, except for these past 10 days. And luckily the physiotherapists are very nice, because the physiotherapy itself is not necessarily that enjoyable. Kind of tiring and painful.
Cool. That's not cool at all. I don't know even why I don't know why I said cool. But all right, so you've been home for over a month then, like 5 weeks or something?
Something like that, maybe even 6 probably.
And that's all about to change, because now we're shooting you out to outer space.
Oh, cool.
You're going to be a fireball in the sky. Anyway.
So yeah, and I've mostly felt better. For most of those 6 weeks, felt pretty fine, albeit a little bit tired at times. And I almost fainted once in a grocery store.
Because somebody suggested that you should have some vegetables?
No, Mom. I was having a drink on the terrace in front of the store, and I figured I'd pop in to get a couple of things I needed before my good friend Marianne drove me home. And I went into the grocery store, and I'm pretty sure if somebody behind me hadn't said, "Are you okay?" I probably would have fainted, and that sort of made me cling to reality or something, and I sat down as the world spun around me.
Okay.
And then I was fine a few minutes later, more or less, but it was probably, I got up a little fast from the table. It was about 300 degrees out, and yeah, it was probably mostly the heat, but also I do have a low blood pressure, so there's that.
Is this what we've turned into? We used to be a serious program about cancer, and now you're telling old man stories about almost fainting into the mall? Jesus Christ. It was a bit warm. I felt dizzy. I had to sit down. Then I had my graham crackers and listened to some old town radio and went to bed at 4:30. Anyway, sorry.
Don't worry, my friend. We'll get some cancer in this episode.
Yay!
We'll get lots of it. So yeah, I've mostly felt good, as I said, but these past couple of weeks was a little under the weather for a while. Had some nausea coming back. Lost my appetite a little bit, and probably more annoyingly, my shoulder and arm pain has come back.
Oh, that old chestnut.
Yeah, from behind the shoulder to down my arm to my hand, and it sort of comes and goes and gets pretty painful. So I did go to see my GP the other day. Just also because I hadn't seen a doc for a bit, and then because I wanted to ask him about the pain. So he's organized a scan for me next week to see if it might have to do with something near my top of my spine. Who knows?
Any of your doctors, when you come to see them, are they like, not you again?
Probably, but they don't show it.
Okay.
Well, I had to go yesterday to see my oncologist. Well, backtrack a tiny bit. Last Thursday, we're recording this on a Saturday, so it's like 2 days ago, I had to do a scan. So my wonderful mother again drove me to the place for the scan, which was half an hour away in another town above Neuchâtel. Got there at the last minute, walked in, hi, I'm Mr. Barnes, I'm here for my scan. And they looked at the machine and said, yeah, but your scan is scheduled in Neuchâtel, not up here.
Oh.
So that was good, and luckily they were able to take me a bit later in Neuchâtel. We rushed down to the hospital. So I got that scan on Thursday, then the next day, i.e., we went back to the SHUV to see my oncologist. And the purpose of this meeting, more or less, at least I hoped, was, my doctor would have the results of the scan, and the idea was that possibly he'd be able to schedule the operation to remove what's left of the tumor.
In and around your lungs, right?
Exactly, that's what I was hoping for. And I saw him, and sadly the news was not great. He looked at it and he spoke to the surgeon who actually already operated on me in January, who looked at the scan results also, and the tumor basically is sort of too big and too all over to successfully remove all of it right now, at least.
So has it grown since the intense chemo you did a few weeks back?
Yeah, probably a little bit. There's quite a few active parts, is the way he put it.
A certain portion of the tumor grows.
Well, he means it's like not just a dead tumor. It's a tumor that's active. But remember, I'm not a doctor, and I don't always ask the questions I should.
So it's like Gary Busey. It should be dead, but it's still kicking around in there.
That's exactly it, or Keith Richards.
All right, cool. That's really, really bad. I'm sorry to make a Gary Busey joke. Then again, how much publicity does that man get? But yeah, that's horrible news.
So yeah, what it means more concretely is that, they can't operate in the coming days or weeks as we had hoped they'd be able to do. So instead, it's going to be more chemo for me.
But that means it's too big because it'll be too big of a risk for your internal organs to remove that much matter.
Yeah, they couldn't take it all out. And so if you can't get it all out, what's the point of taking 2/3 of it if the rest is going to keep growing, basically?
Okay.
And so I'm starting a new kind of chemo.
Fourth kind?
This will be the fourth kind, absolutely. I'm starting to know all the flavors.
What's your favorite? Cherry vanilla?
Chemotherapy, taste the rainbow. And so this one will be slightly, it won't be an intense chemo like the last one I did, because that's the problem. They're too worried to do that again. So it'll be once a week, a sort of milder, if one can say, chemo that I'll have to do as an outpatient in the SHUV in Lausanne. I'll go there once a week. It'll last a couple of hours, get these products. And then basically we reevaluate in 2 months.
Okay. So every week for 2 months?
More or less, yeah. As far as I know so far. I'm waiting Monday or Tuesday to get a call back to find out if I'm starting next Wednesday, next Thursday, or next Friday. So it's going to be pretty quick.
So it's like almost like a dialysis situation where you come in, do your thing, and leave?
I guess you could say that. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know how long it's going to take every time? Not that it matters, but I'm just...
He said a couple of hours or a few hours.
Okay.
What's quite nice, at least reassuring, is he said it's usually doesn't have too many side effects. At least shouldn't be too horrible. Nothing like what I had with the intense chemo. But I will lose the hair again, apparently, for the whatever it is, third or fourth time this year. And he figures the one other slight side effect I have right now left over from the chemo is not much feeling in my toes, which is quite typical. Could be toes or fingers. I had it slightly in the fingers with an earlier chemo. This is in my toes, and it's been getting better, but he told me that's probably going to get worse with this chemo, because that's one of the main side effects of what's coming up. But I can live with numb toes.
All right, on behalf of all of us who have functional, feelable toes, do you miss it?
Not really. I'm not Quentin Tarantino.
I'm struggling to find that reference. I don't know what you mean.
He likes feet.
Anywho. But yeah, but...
you didn't know Quentin Tarantino liked feet?
I don't.
He's like obsessed with feet. That's like...
But
most of his movies are about feet. Kill Bill was originally called like Kill Feet.
In the film's defense, everyone the bride kills in Kill Bill has feet. So, it's your fourth chemo. Your third chemo was the whole close to dying, coma, super intense, life and death situation, that the fact that you came out on the other side and you've been home doing reasonably well for 5-6 weeks means that did a job, right?
It did. Yeah, it did. And the tumor did react well to it in the sense that it got quite a bit smaller.
Or wasn't it plenty? Or is it just like one we're referring to now?
There's sort of it's different place. It's not one piece now. That's the problem, sort of.
This is not like a beehive kind of situation where you kill the queen, all the other ones just turn into limp noodles that fly away. I'm guessing that's not the case.
Not as far as I know, but that would be maybe nice, I must say.
Because I have this, not to draw any comparisons, but I had these little lumps on my arm, and my father's friend, who's like a skin doctor, I asked her, what is this? And she said, oh, it's like a...
Your father's friend is in the Spin Doctors?
Yes.
Princess, got to be safe, just go on. No?
Yes,
Huh?
yeah. Anyway, she said it was sort of like a hive thing. And I was like, a hive thing? And then she said, yeah, if you kill the queen, all the other ones disappeared. So she stuck a hole and sort of burned the queen. And then every other lump just... That was pretty cool. So let's hope your cancer that your tumor reacts the same way.
Is that why I haven't heard of the Scandinavian band The Hives in a while?
Are they Scandinavian?
I think so, as far as I know.
I know they're a band, but that's the extent of my knowledge.
But they've kind of disappeared, so maybe that happened to them. Like one of them, boom, and...
I think we're going out with a bang in season 2 here, because...
Yes, I was going to say, like an oversized testicle, this is getting out of hand.
You need 2 hands. Hold the ball with 2 hands. And also, keep your eye on the ball.
But so yeah, the season is ending here pretty soon. Mm-hmm. But we'll be back very soon with news from my new chemo, I guess. And one thing, you said you wouldn't mention the online shop again, havingoneball.com. But we should also mention to people, if they buy whatever, a hat, a shirt, a sweater, something, send us pictures of you wearing it.
Yes.
Ideally in cool places. Send us pictures of you wearing the merch. Ideally in cool places.
We will share that stuff. And once we have a sufficient amount, I think we're going to do every month the official donation thing. And we'll show you the donation, as in the recipient is blah, blah, blah. And we are giving this and that amount of money. And obviously we can't give the same amount of money each month, because it depends on how much our audiences buy.
Hopefully we can give a larger amount of money each month, because our audience is maybe growing.
Yes.
Also, winter is coming and you need sweaters.
It's true. I've designed jackets and hats. It's all coming. So you can drape yourself in our balls eventually.
This is getting worse and worse.
But yeah, we would really, really appreciate it if you help us convey the message. If you have any tips or tricks on how to get this out there, who do we need to talk to? Who do we need to share, spread that stuff?
If you're friends with Lance Armstrong and you can get him to wear a cap, we'll forgive him for the Tour de France.
And let's say you buy merch, like a sweater or a t-shirt or a hoodie or a whatever, a hat. If you have people if you know people who are influencer-ish or have a standing and you can just borrow my hat, put it on, like do some advertising, and we'll leave you a link to the press release at the bottom of the page, and you can even send that out on our behalf if you want to.
That's cool.
Starting a revolution, but you guys have to be kind of revolutionary for us to get the ball rolling.
Yeah. So does this bring us to the end of the season, the episode?
It might be the shortest episode ever, because we've made, like 90% of the show has been my attempts at getting us cancelled, and 10% have been you saying, yeah, I still have cancer. It still looks bleak. So when things were even bleaker, you referred to the situation of every time there's a light at the end of the tunnel, it feels like a crew coming in, building more tunnel. When you got the bad news...
Definitely more tunnel. Yeah, definitely more tunnel, but...
When you actually heard the news, were you like, all right, I guess that's typical? Or how did you react?
I mean, as every other time there's been more tunnel, like you say, I've gotten used to just saying, okay, there's more shit to come. I was hoping for a better outcome, but I didn't necessarily expect one, I must say.
So you were sort of naturally pessimistic?
Pretty much.
Okay.
Still hoping for the best. 100% hoping for the best, though. Don't get me wrong. Just I'm not necessarily expecting it.
But like you said, it won't affect you as much as the previous one, apart from the fact that you'll have no toe action coming your way.
But that I don't really care.
I know you're not a doctor, and I know you know jack shit about medicine, even though you're patient number one. But they're hoping the chemo will limit the tumor to the size where you can actually operate it. That's the main goal?
That's the ideal outcome in any case. Exactly. Is to this isn't gonna this chemo, which as I said is weaker, isn't gonna obliterate the tumor, isn't gonna get rid of it completely, but they're hoping, as you say, to get it to something that's manageable for a surgeon.
Okay. Did they talk anything about a percentage chance of that being successful, or was it like let's hope for the best?
I from the beginning have never asked for percentages, because I mean I know.
But maybe they just told you.
They didn't. As I said before, I know it's less than 100 the chance that it works, so I'll just have to hope for the best as usual.
Well, you're still here.
We'll be back with a new season pretty soon, and we'll continue having a ball.
We will. Balls to the wall.
Hi everyone, my name is Andreas Enehaug. Alongside my compatriot and buddy Joseph Barnes, I am one half of the concept Having a Ball, a pod and video cast that famously chronicles Joseph's journey through testicular cancer and chemotherapy. Now, we've started a web store. In that web store, we're selling unique Having a Ball merchandise. And the beautiful thing is that the majority of the proceeds will be donated to cancer research. In other words, buy, like, share. Let's start a revolution and let's have a ball.